Does that mean we're live?
It says we are.
Oh my.
But as per usual, we're never live until we got 5 people.
You know how it be.
Still haven't got to there. It is.
Wait for it to pop up. Hey, there it is.
There it is. My bad. Thought the volume was already down.
Let me mute mine on my laptop.
You got 1 viewer. I think it's me. Oh, you got 5 on the official thing. You good to go.
Already?
Yeah.
Hold on. I
went
gotta
from 1 to 8.
I gotta still put my monitor up and still share it. Come on. Why is the web browser version of Facebook such trash?
Be like that.
I really am covering up the Browns jersey behind me.
Yeah.
Jersey in quotations.
Alright.
We share all this.
Is it 9:45?
Yes,
Is it
sir.
track time today?
Yes, sirree, Bob.
It'd be like that sometimes.
You just,
You've been losing track of time in KFL all season.
what you mean, fool? I mean, I've been getting the times wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, that did cost the Villains a game. Once. My bad. Wasn't part of the plan.
Apparently so.
Neither was, finishing as like the 1 seed. Oh well. Oh well. Get what we
Yeah,
get.
here we are.
Here we are. Here we be. Here we go. Let me put the monitor up. Good evening, everybody. Joey Blaze here, live from our normal studio here in our undisclosed location, where tonight we are breaking down the 2020 KFFL, that is Keystone Flag Football League, playoffs. But first, Playoffs? We're lucky we didn't play a game.
That's fast.
Yeah, telling me. Anyways, anyhow, anywho, let's take a look back at this season. Let's reminisce over the memories of what got us here today. Beginning, week 1, when TBT came out with 16 guys,
Yeah.
9 of which can't play this weekend, and absolutely annihilated the Killer Bees 42-0. It was a beautiful day. And then the second game, we beat the Browns 31-0. Taylor Suter still leads the KFFL in punt return yards.
Sheesh.
What can we say?
That can't be true, can it?
I don't think it is.
I would hope that's still to this day not true, but you never know.
A week later, Team Blunt Talk shocked the world when they busted out the Wing T against the Green Machine.
Wing T.
And that Wing T ran to perfection as TBT put up 20 points. 2 were pick sixes. And they won 20-0. The next game after that became the debut of the Reckless Villains.
Yup.
We heard rumblings about the Villains all the way back to February. Back when we saw the original poster TJ released. And we were like, man, they got Clancy, they got Jared Cohen, they got these Bullet guys.
Right.
Rumor has it Justin Mudgett was involved. Weird. And we're like, so what's the Reckless Villains in Keystone then? Is it the same guys? Are we going to face Clancy and them? No, we face something much more monstrous. As the Villains debuted with only 13 and broke TBT 19-0. From there, the Villains took hold in the KFFL. A week later, they took out their frustrations on the Killer Bees, killing them 36-13. And then the same week, Browns and Green Machine had the only overtime game of the year. It was a total accident because they forgot the rules.
Oh, yeah. I remember you commenting on there. Wait, there's overtime?
Yeah, I allowed it though, back when I still had administrative authority.
It's better than a tie game.
Yeah, ties are for losers.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. But we're not. But the good news is we have overtime in playoffs, so we're good. Could you imagine if like there was no overtime in playoffs and like the semis both were ties?
It'd be kind of interesting.
No champion.
Yeah.
Interesting way to crown one. Not having
Just
one.
play 4 teams at once.
I like it. They did that in baseball once of 3 teams. But anyways, let's get back to the recap. Going back over what occurred during the season. The week after that, TBT came out with only 8. But they did great, beating the Browns 25-0 in a game where Ross Collins shut down Zach Ruby. Never forget.
Played corner, linebacker.
You went everywhere, man. You
For
were all
some
over the
reason,
place.
they never really threw it like directly at me, which is what you should do. But you know,
Tell you, Ross.
it'd be like that sometimes. But since then, the Browns have gotten better. I'm so rude for them. I picked them to win the ship.
We'll see what they do. But I guarantee you that whatever happens, as long as they don't play us, we're fine.
Facts.
And then the Killer Bees met Team Blentalk. It was a fateful day at Shippensburg that day. No cameras, no film, no pictures, nothing.
Sheesh.
No one knows what happened that day when the Killer Bees beat TBT 20-14. Well, we do.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about that.
I was there.
Yeah, let's move on from that. Bad memories. Bad memories.
What was the next game?
After that, sir, the league, TBT took off another week.
Yeah.
Well, the whole league did for week 5.
True that.
And then the week following that, we finally had the Reckless Villains against the Green Machine. The big showdown, number 1 and number 2. The battle of the 2 Titans. But the Green Machine was no match for the Villains, as the Villains won 24-0. And in the other game, the Killer Bees, well, let's just say the Browns got... I don't got a pun. I thought I did, but I don't. They beat the living fuck out of the Browns. Let's just say that.
15-yard penalty.
On me? My bad. Someone get Brian Davis out here. And then a week later, TBT and the Reckless Villains faced off in perhaps what was the greatest Keystone game of all time.
Has to be.
A battle from start to finish.
God,
Touchdowns exchanged left and right, back and forth.
It's a damn good game.
What a battle, what a war. We just wanted more. We just wanted it more. Well, that and when Ron said, like, shut the fuck up to his teammate, I did like Keith would say, he said the F word. Sorry.
15-yard penalty.
Rules are rules. Then in the next game, who can forget when TBT destroyed the Green Machine? 42-0. Sean Motes had a 40-yard reception for a touchdown.
Tyler Spencer had what, 2 touchdowns?
Kyle Marshall had 3 extra points.
Right, 3 for 2. 2 Tyler Spencer.
Crazy, wild. What a season it was for TBT. But TBT hasn't been around for a month now. What has changed since then?
All kinds of shit.
All kinds of things, Rosser. All kinds.
All kinds of shit.
So what happened next was the league took off for the Clash of York. The Reckless Villains represented the league, bringing in guys from Green Machine, TBT. Maybe a Browns player was there. And a Killer Bee. They represented us proudly, falling just short to Aftermath in day 2, 21-20. And then in the games after that, we kicked back off again. Killer Bee stung the Green Machine, as the Green Machine was left with, well, yeah.
I didn't think you wanted to discuss all that. So.
More than 3. Just say more than 3. Following that, the reckless villains wrecked the Browns as the Browns fell down. Carrying on the following week in the Stone of Key, we continued forward.
What?
As we had another week of football, faring quite well across the land. Where the reckless villains were upset 24-6 on a day where the Killer Bees with Houston gave the villains problems. And I accidentally told TJ the wrong time of the game. My bad. Whoops.
Sheesh.
Going forward, Keystone persisted. The Bees barely beat the Browns, but the villains wrecked the machine. And then to conclude the regular season, Dirt Boy Lowry made his return, running up and down the field, left and right, all around the green machine, while they looked at him and walked slowly towards him, out of fear that he was going to run him over.
Yeah.
And who could forget when I lined up on the Reckless Villains against the Browns?
Do you want to talk about that, Jay? Or no?
You see, Ross?
That's some bullshit.
This shit ain't checkers, it's chess.
Yeah.
By joining the Villains roster, I have now doubled my chances at a championship. Think, Ross. Think. It's brilliant. The real story is I literally walked on into the huddle. That's not a buffalo. That is my left, sir. Not my dominant hand. You're not getting me tonight, Laurie. Make sure to bring some drinks on Sunday, though. Nah, don't do that. Let's go to Maryland and do that.
Larry just had a video the other day of how when you're on camera it looks like it's a buffalo, but it's not.
It's very deceiving, my friend. Carrying on, going forth, we finished out the regular season. And now we're here for the playoffs for only one reason. Let us begin by looking at the teams. To the Machine of Green.
Tough season.
Very tough season. This was not the team they had back in February. You guys with the Warriors actually faced them in February.
That's true.
And they were a bit more well-rounded.
They were.
They had some ballers. Like, they had Carrasquillo out there.
My man Donnie Weber.
Will Bray.
Flagpole Machine.
A lot of pretty good talent. I think they had Chris Bray, too, who just was on Showtime for the championship game. This past season in County. Playing on D-line. But they had some guys who stood out. But unfortunately, as time went on and COVID hit hard, this team just couldn't persevere when things got tough. They came out in 5-man with no practice, no experience whatsoever.
Yeah,
that was rough.
That was kind of rough.
They looked bad in 5-man.
Yeah.
They had Stephen Renner at quarterback.
They did a lot of weird stuff.
Then the season started, and truthfully, that first month or so, they weren't looking too shabby. They almost beat us in that game. Lest we forget, Ross. They got to the red zone 5 times against us.
Right.
But because of 2 pick sixes by Timmy of Privet and Brandon of Michael, we managed to make it through the cycle.
Oh, shit.
After the game against the Villains, it just wasn't going to work. They were donutted 24-0. And then the next week, TBT made half their squad quit.
Yeah, that's bad.
Happens.
The man himself quit, man. That's no good.
A lot of people did.
True, but...
But you know what? You know what my personal feelings are with the Green Machine?
Let's hear it.
I made the proposal last week to merge. Eric Carty will not allow me to do it. So there won't be the Blunt Machine. Or TB Green. But I'm doing the next best thing.
I like TB Green better, by the way.
TB Green?
Yeah.
TB Green. But I'm going to do the next best thing.
Which is?
Well, honestly, Ross, I got a personal attachment to this team.
I don't know.
To me, this is fourth generation Survivors.
I was going to say Survivors 4.0.
And some of my guys from Survivors play on that team. Johnny Cocho.
Yeah, so
For
what
what?
you going to do, Jay?
What am I going to do?
You going to coach him up?
Green Machine! First off, we ain't going to take it anymore. Browns, you're going down.
Oh, shit.
Coach is back. Coach Bassford is back. We ain't no bitch-ass Green Machine. Fuck that. We are Survivors. You see this? This ain't New Jersey. We ain't hanging that bitch up anymore. Watching myself. God, I look fucking embarrassing. We are Survivors, damn it. We ain't no bitch-ass Green Machine. Fuck that noise. You all stayed. You all made it. You all will survive. Survivor strong. We ain't dead yet. We're going out on top one last time.
Oh, boy.
Browns, you're going down.
You just slammed my table.
I just slammed your table. I will flip it if you don't watch your mouth. You feel me? We ain't done yet. That being said, if you play TBT, we're going to knock the absolute fuck out of you guys.
Yeah.
All bets are off. I won't be on the sideline for that shit. We're beating the Browns.
I don't think they're even gonna beat the Browns. I know we're not at that point.
We'll get to predictions in a minute.
I know we're not at that part yet.
Here's how I feel. Browns is next.
Browns.
Man, this team's got some talent, dog.
Oh, man.
It's just, whereas, you know, the Villains got too much talent, the Browns got not enough talent. If they were a flag football team coming up from Winchester, they'd be called not enough talent. That's the Browns. Sure, you got Grant, you got Zach, you got Cash.
They do.
You got Pat Freedom.
They have talent. They just don't know how to put it all together.
You got Caleb Duchelle, who's pretty good when you don't throw guys to the ground and run away.
I'm about to coach the Browns this weekend.
You're about to coach the Browns? You ain't coming. Your cripple ass ain't coming up there.
True.
That's what I thought.
I'm about to coach them. Who's going live for that game, Keith?
Keith Giles.
Alright. Somebody from the Browns camp.
Moats, you're about to bust out. You know what, Moats? We're going to lead the Green Machine to victory over the Browns. And then we're going to beat the absolute fuck out of the Survivors. That's the plan. But other than that, the Browns, they got some ballers, man. It's just that quarterback situation is a fucking carousel. I mean, I'm going to assume Purnell's not coming back, because I haven't seen Purnell since September. I hope he's doing well. Purnell. Who was that kid that was quarterback against us? He's short dude.
For the Browns?
Yeah, the second game. The one where, like, he wouldn't throw at you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Either way, like, he sucked.
Like,
They had Pat Evans. I almost said Pat Crawford. Not the same person. They had Pat Evans. Was that Carlos, Kenny? They had Carlos, not Sanchez. Mini Carlos.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Pat Evans, who he was actually the Browns quarterback. He was actually a quarterback for the Spartans a while back, I think. Or the Browns. I don't remember. I've seen Pat play quarterback. He's not bad. He's just not... I want to say he's the guy. Tyler says Pat Freedom at quarterback. I say do it. Make Pat Freedom play quarterback this week.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what they should do? Take all the program guys and just have them do the offense and defense. Have the Cramley ready. That's just my opinion, though. They also had Honest A. Padilla.
Yeah.
But he got benched last game. For Zach Ruby. So, what's the quarterback plan going into playoffs? I mean, I think I've named about 6 names there, right? In 8 games.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, you got a game plan, Ross. You're going to lose either way. Survivors are about to beat y'all.
I don't think so.
And that's a name change officially. We are survivors going into the playoffs. Anyways, moving on to the next team. Number 3, Killer Bees. The hottest team in Keystone. 6 wins in a row. 6. They have not lost since September, Ross.
True.
And a big part of that is Dirt Boy and Houston. What a combination to have. What a set of weapons to have. Those two are just absolutely fantastic together. And that Bees offense has had a renaissance ever since. They are averaging nearly 40 points per game since they started the winning streak. Lurie, Houston. Team's got a lot of motivation. I think this Bees team coming in the playoffs, they might be the best team in the Keystone Flag Football League. Number 2, Reckless Villains.
Reckless Villains. They're reckless.
And they had been quite the villains this season in the KFFL. Giving out donuts to almost every team so far up to this point. Couldn't quite do it to the Bees, though. But they did donut us. That was a weird feeling. That was a shocking game, man. I'm still not over that game. I wake up in a cold sweat every night thinking about it. I look back at it all.
Yeah.
And I look at this Villains team. They have so many weapons. Their guys are so big. They're bigger than you, Ross. Even you're outsized.
I heard that.
So, how do you beat this team that's so athletic, ballers across the board? They're going to roll in at least 25 deep for playoffs. This team has too much talent. In my opinion, the Villains are your odds-on favorite. And then finally, Team Blunt Talk.
TBT.
What a fucking season.
It's been wild.
Mm.
There for every game. It broke me, Joy.
Yeah. Sorry, Ross.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, well, you know, we'll get it figured out. Man, I don't know what this team is. What are we, man? I watched the first game of the year and I was like, man, we don't have half those guys right now.
Oh.
Yeah. I heard that.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm nervous, dude. I really am.
I mean, even from the first game till any game, the first week till any game after that. Wow. I was playing corner. What more do you need to know?
We are
terrible.
Yeah. I
got the Browns winning the whole thing.
We're barbecue chicken, man.
Yep, all day long.
You ready for predictions?
Yep.
Let's get the predictions. Starting out first, 8 a.m. Survivors and Browns. Who do you got?
Browns.
I got Survivors. We're gonna kick your ass.
You done goof, Jay.
Nope.
Browns got that shit all day.
Survivors all the way. Next game, TBT and Survivors.
TBT and Browns.
So your bracket's full of shit. All right. I got us.
I got TBT now.
Yeah. Yeah. Villains and Killer Bees. Who you got?
I don't know. Who you got?
You know, Lurie's been balling, but I don't know if Lurie can handle this Villains team.
Alright, I'm going to go Bees.
You got Bees? I'm going to go Villains.
Just with their boy, the MILF Hunter himself.
You think the MILF Hunter's going to take down the entire Villains team?
I do.
I don't know, man. That's going to be a tough draw for Lurie.
Yeah, they're golfing on him.
We'll see, man. Championship. My bracket's Villains TBT. Yours is Killer Bees TBT. Who you got?
TBT.
I got Villains. Yeah, I got the Villains. I don't know, man.
Bees faced off again with the TBT.
So you got that TBT B scenario and.
Yup. TBT wins this one.
I got the Reckless Villains, man. Just too much talent. They're too deep. They got too much talent across the board. That O-line and D-line, their trenches are massive. And they got skill players all over the place. TJ's playing his best ball. I fully expect that the Villains win this game, man. I really do. Well, let's get ready for the awards.
Yeah, got TBT winning the ship against the Bees. And another thriller, second best game of all time.
Gotcha. I don't know, man. I think it's the Villains will win KFFL. And you know what? If they win KFFL, they're my early favorite to win Washington County next spring. And that's a fact.
Think so?
I know so.
That's a fact.
I think they're going to become the second team to win Keystone and County back-to-back. That's my prediction. Look back at this video, timestamp it, and then tag me in it about 7 months from now. So, here we go. Awards time. Let's get it going. First award. Coach of the Year nominee. Here is what we're looking at. Your nominees are... Oh, yeah, me. I gotta get myself something, you know. What's up, Jaeger? How you doing, bud? Second nominee... Me, because of the fact that it was a long season. And people think I'm the coach, so I just go along with it. Second nominee, Eric Carty. Eric Carty has persevered through a very hard season. He's been going through a lot with the Bees. They lost Devin Redmond in a game that they had no control over, that they didn't even play in. They, on top of that, started out 0-2. But ever since Dirt Boy came back into the fold, and ever since they beat TBT, they've been a whole other team. This is Eric Hardy's best season record-wise as Killer Bees head coach. He has done a phenomenal job as the Bees coach this season. And truthfully, Eric deserves this nomination. Your third nominee is Dwayne Rowland. Met Dwayne about a year ago. Didn't know much about him. Former Marauder from Washington County back in the day. Yeah. But he's taken and helped bring along this Reckless Villains team that is sitting at 6-2, second place in the league, when months ago they weren't even a franchise. No one knew what the Villains were. Some even speculated whether or not TJ even had a team. There's a lot of talk about it. Does Tuz have a team? Who is it? What do we know? He had a team. He had a coach. And that's why I'm going to give Dwayne Rowland Coach of the Year. Big shout out to Dwayne, man. He's done an excellent job with the Villains. So I'm going to give it to Dwayne. Congratulations, Dwayne. I don't know if he's watching or not. If so, we could do a call-in, but I don't see him commenting, so...
Let me see if he's in there.
Yeah, see if he's in there.
He asked me to do my job, did I? Did you just fucking Steve Harvey me too?
No?
Okay. I'm pretty sure you did.
Oh, I definitely did.
Yeah, you did.
I had to do it twice.
Yeah, well.
The first incident was low-key.
Dwayne Rowland.
Off the jersey.
Right.
Well, in case you're wondering what happened there, we went to call Dwayne in and the whole damn stream broke. Figures, right?
People are still commenting shit on it.
Yeah. Yeah, they still see it. It's kind of funny.
It's fucking weird, man.
Facebook's so dumb.
Alright.
You got chill, Jaeger.
Everybody's got to exit out of Facebook and come back into it. Come on. Alright. Move on to the next award.
Do we have viewers? Oh. I don't have a Ross. Trying to get viewers back and trying to get the monitor up so I can actually see. Come on, man. Can we get it? Why is it so damn slow? I swear, bro. Alright, we got 12, so we're just going to run with it. My phone ain't working. There we go. There's my monitor popping up. I was about to give up on that. Alright, we're just going to talk. Anyways, congratulations, Dwayne. I tried to call you back, but it broke the entire stream by doing it. So the plan is now we do the next nominee. So here we go. Your next award is Dual Threat of the Year. Your nominees are Tyler Spencer, who incidentally enough led Team Blunt Talk in receiving touchdowns this year, as well as interceptions. What a season by T. Spence. Holy crap, man. The dude became a two-way player this year. and one of the top team players on TBT. Big shout out to Tyler. He had a good year balling. Leading in receiving touchdowns, interceptions. He had caught a couple extra points. It's been a good year for Tyler Spencer. Next nominee is Ron Savage. Man, Ron is getting utilized in the right way right now for like the first time in his career. He's going out, he's catching balls, he's picking off quarterbacks. He had that go-ahead touchdown that almost beat us a few weeks ago. Ron has been a stat actually, but he had 2 touchdowns in those games. He was very key in that for the Villains. He had one before with that. My bad. But a big shout out to Ron Savage, man. He has played his ass off this year, both offensively and defensively. He's even played a couple quarterback too. So a big shout out to Ron. He's been a baller. Got to give credit to Ron Savage. My third nominee is Houston. Houston has done a lot for the Killer Bees. Quarterback, wide receiver, DB. Same thing with the whole Pure Chaos situation. He is just balling out completely, man. Houston has been a monster. He's a problem. And truthfully, he has been phenomenal. But I'm going to give it to Tyler, man. Big shout out to Tyler and what he's done on TBT this year. I'm going to give the award to Tyler.
Is this best two-way player?
Yeah. Like I said, he's led in team touchdowns, led in interceptions.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing work, man, especially in an offense that's spread it out a lot.
I know no matter which one of us says it right now, it's going to sound biased, but I do agree with this award.
Man, I'm accused of bias all the time. What are you talking about?
Well, you fucking Steve Harvey, my ass.
Hey, you weren't winning the award regardless.
That's true, but I don't think he's on this one.
No. Oh, well.
Tyler.
Next nominee, D Lineman of the Year. Your nominees are, and this was a tough one, man. Patrick Freedom, Browns. Pat has always been underrated, underappreciated, but that man is an absolute baller. He is hard to guard. You've went up against Patrick a couple times, Ross, so you know he's hard to go against.
Yeah.
Big time rusher on the Browns team. One of the key contributors.
I'm the one who saved when Chile got that touchdown. Patrick Freeman, he almost got that flag pull.
Yeah.
I barely got a hand on him, just enough.
Dude, Pat's great,
He's
man.
a baller, man.
Absolute
He's a good
baller.
dude, too.
Next nominee, I'm going to have to go with AJ Reynolds, Team Blunt Talk. AJ was a monster this season, dude. Like, for all the flack he's gotten, the dude is actually a very key piece to our pass rush. Like, he's been one of the biggest pieces to that pass rush this season. And honestly, like, I will say, losing him in that Bees game is what really killed us. Because up to that point, he was just annihilating their line. He was getting back there. He was a beast. Same thing every other game this year. AJ balled out. Big props to AJ Reynolds. Played his ass off. Looking forward to seeing how he does in the postseason. Final nominee. I'm going to go with Carlos Sanchez and the Killer Bees. Carlos has been a absolute monster. And you've seen it firsthand, Ross, what Carlos can do.
Yeah. That's my man.
An absolute warrior on the field. He is a killer on the field as well.
I like it.
Yeah. And he ain't no B player. That guy's A-okay.
That's some of your best puns ever, Jack.
What can I say? I'm going to give it to a guy who's never been given the appreciation he deserves for the work he's put in.
Who that?
I'm going to give it to Pat Freedom. I think Pat's earned it, man. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been underappreciated. He's always been underrated. He works his ass off. He is a tough motherfucker. He'll go out there and fight with anybody. And that's why, in my opinion, Patrick Freedom, you are the D lineman of the year in the KFFL.
I like it.
So shout out Pat Freedom.
He don't want to call it, right?
I don't even think he watches my show.
I don't know if he does or not.
I don't think Pat watches my stuff.
Let's see, man.
I mean, you can look for Pat. If he's there, that'd be cool. I don't think we've ever talked to Pat on the show. But he's one of those guys that, like, he comes to play every single week.
He's on this. I like it, though.
Next award is Offensive Lineman of the Year. Here are the nominees for that one. I'm going to go with Nick Rowland, Reckless Villains. Nick has already won Washington County's Lineman of the Year. We've seen how good he's played all year. He's an absolute monster. Plays his ass off. Big body in the middle, man. He is hard to go against. Like, absolute monster. Dude can ball out. He got some circuit bump this year. Got to face some really good teams at Rampage, BC Elite, and Aftermath. He's really developed. Got to give a big shout out to Nick Rowland. Next lineman is Chad Claggett of the Killer Bees.
It's Claggett.
Claggett?
Yeah.
Of course I screwed that up. Yeah, corrected it for me when I went into Facebook. That's right. Yeah, I still got it as Claggett.
There's no R in there.
My bad. Chad Claggett, Killer Bees. Absolute monster. Man, he's tough. He's physical. A dog in the trenches. He does a great job. Got to give it up to him for what he's done this season on the Bees. In the final nominee, I got Grant Smith of the Browns. Grant is one of those guys who, like Pat Freedom, was underappreciated because he's on a bad team, but he plays his ass off every play. He's one of those guys that I want to see how he does in the next level because I feel like he has a lot of potential. And I look forward to seeing like how he develops as time goes on. Absolute beast. But I'm going to give it to Chad, man. I think Chad is on the award. I think he's done a great job this year. Chad Claggett is your offensive lineman of the year in the KFFL, especially when you've seen how much that offense has improved. His blocking is a big part of that. Big, big shout out to Chad. Next award, Rookie of the Year. Your nominees are Chase of Reckless Villains, who I actually do believe debuted this year. I think this was his first year. I don't remember him playing before this year. If I'm wrong, let me know. Like I said, I think this was his first year playing. Because he came out of nowhere on program when we first saw him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I remember you were talking about him after the game, too, like how tough of a matchup he was.
He was all right.
He brought an early impression on a lot of people. And he held on and did a great job from that point on. He was an absolute beast. A shame he's out for playoffs. Because that is a big missing piece for the Reckless Villains going into playoffs.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I agree with
that. That guy is a monster.
Oh.
Your next Rookie of the Year nominee is Devontae Korm of Green Machine. Devontae stepped it up and actually led them by the end of the season in touchdowns, I believe. Like, he actually...
How many have two?
3, I think. But, you know, Devontae, he's been put in a tough spot. He's had to play quarterback, wide receiver, DB. He's done a lot this year for the Green Machine.
All I know about him is he was supposed to bring pancakes and he didn't. So.
We'll see how it goes, but honestly, shout out to Devontae, man. People give him flack, but he ain't a bad guy.
All right.
And finally, your Rookie of the Year nominee, your final one. Houston is a problem.
That's the winner.
In your opinion, and in my opinion,
Yeah.
Gotta give it up to Houston, man. That is your award winner.
It's gotta be.
Rookie of the Year, Houston of the Killer Bees. He's earned it. He's deserved it. He has been a baller from the start, and I look for him to finish strong this season. So, Houston, you're the winner of Rookie of the Year. Congratulations, man. You earned that award.
Does he want to call it?
Send me the invite and
He's
see if
on
he
here.
does.
Let's see if we can rack the whole damn thing again. Here we go.
I swear to God, if it does, no more call-ins.
Alright. Here's. You're on Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah,
Alright.
I don't get it. Do you get it?
I don't.
I mean, we're not doing any more call-ins, by the way. Not for the rest of the night. I hope they fix it by next week. If not, I'm jumping to Zoom.
Damn. Once again, here we are.
Yeah. So we tried to call Houston in and it broke it. We
Yeah.
tried to call Dwayne in and it broke it.
It goes instantly, just black screen and gone.
Yeah, I don't, Facebook's some kind of fuckery. That Zoom move's looking more desirable each passing week. That's the next
I don't
platform
really care.
change.
I'm back here behind the camera.
It's just frustrating when you're trying to
I've definitely seen it back here from behind the camera where it just
it just fucking dies.
it's like that.
Larry, I'm afraid to call anybody in at this point. I don't feel like restarting the broadcast for a fourth time. Like, I ain't got time for that. Let's just get to the next award. Your next one, Offensive Skill Player of the Year. Your nominees are Thad Jones, Reckless Villains. Thad has been balling this year, bro.
Yeah.
That go-ahead touchdown against us, like I said earlier.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All season long, that's just how Thad's been doing it, though. He's been a beast for them, man. He is one of the best weapons out there, and the Villains are very lucky to have him. Like, he is a big asset to that team. Absolute monster, absolute beast. Your next nominee is Houston. We've already talked about Houston, what he's done this year, man.
Yeah.
He's had the most nominees this year of anybody. If it were a standout player, it would be Houston.
All right.
And the last nominee, I want to go Brandon Michael for Team Blunt Talk. B Mike has been a beast for us, man. He's really stepped it up on offense. He's playing some of his best ball in Keystone this year. Got to give a big shout out to B Mike. But if I were to go with anybody, I'm going to have to go with Thad Jones. Thad has earned it, in my opinion. He's worked his ass off for many years to get recognition and respect. I knew he had talent years ago on the Ducks, and he showed in the Reckless Villains this year that he is quite the Reckless Villain. So big shout out to Thad. I want to call you in, Thad, but I don't feel like breaking the stream. So we're going to move on and get us finish out the awards. I love call-ins, but, you know, if it's not working tonight, I'd rather just try it again another night.
I mean, we can try to do somebody call us, but that's never worked in the past. So.
No, I don't feel like risking it.
Right.
Your next nomination award is Quarterback of the Year. Your first nominee, Chris Boone.
Quarterback
Team
of the
Blunt
year.
Talk. Gotta give it up to Boone, man. He's been putting up hella points in every game he's participated in for us.
I was gonna say he didn't even really make that many, but
Yet he averaged nearly
he's got a
40
lot
points
of
per
touchdowns.
game, man. Boone still Boone.
Yeah.
Regardless of if he's been there most of the year or not. He's been balling out. He's still averaging more points than any other quarterback for the most part.
Yeah.
Gotta give it up to Chris Boone, man. He's been a beast. He's been a baller. But the next nominee I got, TJ Williams. Tuz, man, has been an absolute beast. Like, he is a big part of that Reckless Villains squad. He is a big part of that. He is the key to that offense, in my opinion. TJ is a big help. He can move, he can run, he can throw.
Right.
TJ's a beast. He's a baller. Gotta give him a lot of credit. But the guy I'm going to go with for my quarterback of the year, you got to give it to Dirt Boy.
Yeah.
Got to give it to Dirt Boy, man. Lurie, you've earned it 100%, man. Your quarterback of the year. Bees are averaging over 40 points per game with Lurie at quarterback. Oh, my God.
Try to call in, Larry. I'll try to accept it, man. You're the only one I'm willing to do this with.
Damn, you're harsh, Ross.
Yeah, well, you know.
Lurie's earned it. Lurie's the winner. Big shout out to Dirt Boy. You're the quarterback of the year.
Try to call in real quick.
We could try it, but if it breaks, then I'm going to...
I got you. Hold on.
Oh, boy.
Let's see what happens. No answer from live video guest.
Yeah, that means it ain't going to work.
At least it didn't crash the whole damn thing.
Yeah, something like that. Your last award is Defensive MVP. Your first nominee, Coley Jones, Team Blood Talk. Big shout out to Coley, man. I don't think anyone scored on Coley this season.
I doubt
He's
it.
been shutting down people left and right, man. He is a very big part of that TBT
Wasn't
defense.
it the Bees game where he was covering and he knew the ball was gonna be over?
Oh yeah,
he just turned around and started walking back.
Yeah, that was funny. That was a highlight. That's Tyler would say. That's a highlight.
I'll never forget that.
That was one of Coley's best moments ever. Second nominee, Carlos Sanchez of the Killer Bees. Dude has been a monster, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's
my guy.
He balls,
I
man.
love Carlos, man.
Yeah, gotta give a big shout out to Carlos for all the work he's done. He's been the Bees D-line this year.
Yeah.
He's allowed a lot of other guys to be able to get to the quarterback, too. He is a monster. He's a load to handle. Big shout out to Carlos.
Play some O-line, tight end type stuff, too.
Yeah, man. And my last nominee, I'm going to go Jay Parks, man. Jay Parks has been playing really well this year. He's been one of the better flag pullers for the Villains. He's worked his ass off and balling.
That's true.
Jay's one of those guys who's put into work for many, many years. Remember him on Top Gun, currently with Program, now with the Villains. Probably with the Villains next season. Can't wait to see what he does. Big shout out to Jay Parks. But if I'm going to go with anybody, I'm going to go with Carlos Sanchez.
That's a good one.
Carlos Sanchez has busted his ass to earn this award. He has been one of the best D linemen out there.
Period.
Yeah. And whether it's Keystone or County, Carlos gives the most.
I know this is the Keystone show, but man, one game for the Warriors, he was on break from. Well, I'm not even gonna say it aloud. He might get in trouble for that shit. So he was on break from something and came and played, ball his ass out, and went back to doing what he was doing. Carlos is my guy.
Big shout out to Carlos. Big shout out to
He's a
Carlos.
force.
A force to be reckoned with, indeed. And finally, the last award, Offensive MVP. We already know the nominees, Boone, TJ, Houston. But if I were to go with an MVP, I'm going to give it to a guy who it's long overdue. TJ Williams, you are the offensive MVP of the Keystone Flag Football League. Because the job he's done this year playing for the Reckless Villains has shown that he can absolutely ball as an elite quarterback. This has been his step-up season, and he has stepped the fuck up. Big shout-out to Tuz. Looking forward to Sunday, guys. Remember, COVID tests don't open till 8 o'clock tomorrow. But also remember, just fucking let's play ball. Let's have fun, y'all. See you Sunday.